Hey everybody, welcome in my kitchen. So today I wanted to show you how to make fresh bread. If you have a family to feed and if you're on a budget, then you're going to be thanking me for this, because a big bag of flour is around $8 at Sam's. Yes, you do need a membership, but that will be so worth it. So the $40 will be so worth it, because if you get the bread flour there, whether it's at Costco's or at Sam's or BJ's, wherever you can get bread flour, you get the yeast in the Aldi store or Lidl or anywhere where it's way cheaper than the other brand names. And that's it. All you need is salt, water, 1 tablespoon of milk, and a 1/4 spoon of butter. If you don't have milk or butter at home, you just need literally water, yeast, salt, and bread flour. That's it. There's no more to that. I am going to provide the how-to step-by-step video. I hope that this will help you. Here's the bread. And let me take it out of here. And this is the cinnamon butter sugar cinnamon roll. Kind of a bonus. This is what we're looking at. I guarantee you, your family will thank you. And yes, it saves money and it tastes great, but you will never wonder how to feed your kids if you're on a budget. When times were hard in our family, my mom would make this and we would literally eat it just with some salt and some paprika. That was it. That's all we had. So this is one of those tools where I think that you can pass it on from generations. So from my family to your family, I would love to pass it on to you so you can continue passing it on, because nobody should ever wonder how to feed their family when times are hard. So please let me know how it turns out. If you have any questions, contact me. Subscribe to the channel. I will add more videos. Bye. Everything slowly. consistency that you want to achieve. Do not be stingy with flour. Make sure that you cover everything. That 1 cup is actually going to go long ways. So once you have enough flour on the dough, push it down with your fingers, then fold it towards you. Keep pushing down, fold, and then flour as you go because the dough is still very wet. And keep folding, and then just stretch it out again, and then fold it again, and then stretch it out, just like I'm doing here. So just follow what I'm doing and you'll be fine. Okay, now that the dough is ready, I do need to go and wash the bowl that we prepared the dough in because that's where I want to return it, but it has to be washed first. So hold on a second. Grease the bowl either with olive oil like I'm doing, with canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you have, or with spray, whatever you have. Set aside and cover up and then let it sit to rise. It could take 30 minutes, it could take an hour. It all depends on your room temperature. It needs to reach like double the size of its volume, and you'll know once it has risen enough. As you can see, the dough has risen to more than double its volume. It's been only 40 minutes here for me. The room is very hot because it's cold outside and the heat is on. So now I'll take some more flour from the 1 cup that we set aside for these purposes. And you just kind of knead the dough one more time down in the bowl because we're going to let it rise some more. So just go ahead, knead it one more time, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect now. And then let it sit again. Here a little bit of butter that I'm gonna butter this form with. You can spray it if you want to, but I like to butter it because it gives it a different flavor. And then just add a tiny bit of flour. Go. Okay. And then here we go. Have another half, so we have 2 halves here. So we're done now. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, but it doesn't have to be. I just kind of like the gloss of it. So whatever you have is perfectly fine, or you don't have to put anything on it. Just cover it again and set aside. Now the rest of the bread that we have left, so the half of the half, we're going to make a dessert bread. It's going to be cinnamon, sugar, butter filling, and it's like a cinnamon swirl bread. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite bread. I cannot make too many of those because I eat the whole thing by myself, but here's the video for that. For the filling, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar, regular sugar, 1 tablespoon of butter, softened butter, so it has to be room temperature, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. We don't put any olive oil or any kind of oil on this bread, but we do cover it. So set it aside, cover it. So this is the remainder of the 1 cup that we took earlier to work with, to flour the surface and to work with the dough. So it wasn't like, it was like a 1/2 cup that we used. I'm going to return that back to my bread flour. I sifted first because I don't want to have any kind of dough lumps in there. But this is perfectly good flour because I haven't really used it. I just want to show you that it really didn't need that much. It seemed like a lot, but it wasn't that much that we used. Preheat the oven at 390 degrees, and until it preheats, the bread will fill the forms that they're in. The oven has preheated at 390 degrees and the bread has risen even further on the form. So once it reaches this volume, you know it's time to put the bread in the oven. In order to get this golden brown shine on the bread, you need to brush it with a beaten egg, like an egg wash kind of thing. So I'm going to cut it first with a really sharp knife, and then brush it. You don't need, it's all optional, really. It will turn out great no matter what. I just like that wow factor that the beaten egg gives it. So I'm just gonna brush both of them with the egg, and it's a whole egg beaten. So if you use just the white, then it's gonna make the egg white is going to make this really crunchy, crusty bread. If you use just the yolk, it's gonna burn. It's gonna be just this super dark color. So the whole egg kind of gives it the in-between.